All right, Mike here with the watch list video for March 24th, Monday. We'll look at Friday real quick. The SPY gap down, but ended up going back, closing almost where it closed on Thursday. Still firmly below the 200-day. But we got FOMC behind us, and we got quad witching behind us, and I think there'll hopefully be some more normal action. On Friday, literally my best winner, this isn't much to brag about, was XHLD. Kevin P was on this early, noticed how the daily was forming. And the way I traded it, and I also called the idea in chat, was right there through $1.50. So it started out, Kevin noticed the strength, topped out at 149 there, then took out 149, but right back down. And then at that point, I loved the second mouse through 150. So you can see the entry right there worked right away. That's what we want, right? We like those entries that work right away. That one made perfect sense, especially with the way the daily was shaping up. And I had that was doesn't look like much, but percentage wise it was decent. But that was my best trade of the day. I don't think I took too many others. What are we watching for Monday? Let me throw this up real quick. Anyone new in chat? We got a lot of new faces in there. If you haven't read this yet, please pause this video and read that. All right, get a little explanation of what we're all about. ALUR, massive volume, gapped up, topped out at 418 before closing at 358. So I'm not in love with it, but maybe we get a little gap up and then maybe a push through 4, knowing that 418 is Friday's high, is another catalyst. Good work. OUST, big move on Friday after earnings. We're going to watch that one. AMPX, also same thing. XHLD, I liked the way the daily was forming, but we did close well off the highs. Still deserves to be on watch. ALT, after this volume spike here, kind of coiling, right? So I'm not in love with that setup, but we are going to watch it. GLTO, nice breakout. I don't think anybody knows why, but that one goes on watch. SGLY, typed that wrong. Nice pop. Not sure what the news was there, but we're going to watch that one. LAZR, probably one of my favorites. I always try to highlight which ones are my favorites. Sometimes it ends up being a really nice setup the following day, and sometimes it ends up, gapping down and we don't even look at it. So who knows? But I do like this. You have this kind of little cup and handle forming here, and then the big breakout. Got the 200-day up here. Biggest volume you can see in the last 6 months. Certainly could give a follow-through setup. I think there's a lot of shorts in that name too, which makes it even more interesting. UMAC, kind of a sleeper. A little extra volume. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see that volume spike better and coiling since. We'll see. OKTA, kind of like the looks of this chart. You had the big breakout, and then since the breakout, you kind of forming a cup and handle. Let's keep that one on watch. DOCU, coiling since the earnings day. I believe that was earnings day. And interesting over this level here, right? TNXP. Let me zoom in a little bit. That 200 days kind of smashing everything together, but you can kind of still see the big pop sideways and then another pop. And I mean, it's kind of got blue skies above it here. But that one can move at times. We definitely want to watch it. HOLO. Again, that 200 days smashing everything down. Let me switch from that real quick. This may be a little bit better view. You can see the big volume and an attempt to break out. They did have news on Friday. If you zoom in, you can maybe see it a little bit better. And there was 5-minute candles. That gives you a really good look at that big run, right? This has never been one of my favorite traders, HOLO, but maybe this one has a follow-through day, all right? What am I doing here? Let me go back to the daily, and almost done. HOLO goes on watch. MRP has only been trading since first week of February. And so now you have this pop and it's kind of flagging and you have all-time highs not far above. You got this flag here, potential stacked catalyst with the day highs from the last 3 days stacked. Certainly should be on watch. And then TME, I'm just throwing back on bounce watch. Had the big breakout 3 days in a row on declining volume. Treat that as a bounce play. I'll see you guys in pre-market tomorrow. We'll find some, hopefully, decent gappers to add to this list. And have a good Sunday. We'll see you then.